everybody, and welcome to We Are 863. My name is Sam. I'm subject 2.
I'm Woods. I'm subject 3.
You never remember. And you guys, our wonderful, wonderful audience, are subject 4. Thank you so much for being here.
We are 863.
We are 863. If you are new here, hello and welcome. This is where we gather with subject 4 on Spellbound Plus on Reddit to review all of your theories and memes. A lot of these findings really help us uncover new clues. You guys catch things that we don't see all the time, but it's also nice to sit down and look at the memes you guys make about what's...
Sorry about
Silence your cell phones, Woods! I'm also going to silence mine now, so I don't look like a hypocrite.
Yes, you guys help in a lot of different ways, mainly your eyes and your ears and your brains.
And your memes.
And your memes.
It's weird because it's kind of heavy right now, but also not, because we have uncovered, as many of you guys know, like what we think is a murder tape. It looks like a murder happened in the Mountaineer, like years ago. I mean, this looks like it was...
Probably a murder tape.
Like, it was dated 8/6/3, August 6, 2003, so it's a while ago. So I feel like the reason that it doesn't feel like it's life or death for us, that was a really bad joke.
Because it's a cold case?
Well, yeah, it's because it's a cold case. Like, yes, it's involved with like Syntech and everything, and John Doe, the undercover officer, has really been helping us with it, but the murderer isn't like knocking at our door, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We're just kind of solving a cold case right now. Feels like we can breathe a little bit.
Yes.
It's still scary and it's very strange, and I'm very curious about the Mountaineer, but I'm very excited to see all of your theories. So let's go to Spellbound Plus. If you're unfamiliar with Spellbound Plus, it's our place. You should be there.
We literally made this.
Well, we hired people to make it.
We hired people to make this.
Let's go into the paid tier first, Project 863 Plus, and see what they've got going on here.
What do you got going on?
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, that's
Kelly
wicked.
made some art. Syntax snakes around the Project 863 logo. That's really cool how they're like intertwined like that. I like that.
I've been waiting for someone to make some art like this.
Yeah, not just them
like,
laying on top of each other, but like intertwining. That's very, very cool. Drawing of the Syntech lunchbox.
I like that.
I want it.
I'd get a tattoo.
Like, I know you gave the one we found in the trap to Matt, but I kind of want one.
It didn't even seem like he wanted it.
Yeah, well, bad memories.
Maybe he'll give it to you.
There's an email address. No, we've decided that we are not going to contact any email addresses or phone numbers that we find on documents like this, just because we don't know where they'll lead, and we heavily advise and ask that you don't either. I would also just guess that that's a dead end too. I mean, we haven't tried.
Yeah, we try not to contact these people because it's kind of hard to keep track of not only like the emails we do have, like with John Doe and all that, but then that opens up like opportunity for other avenues of communication that might not be welcome, like that have already happened with John Doe and that like email that was not John Doe.
And I think another good point is it's nice that we have this information, but I don't know that we want to open that door unless we have something prepared. You know what I mean? Like, what I don't really know what we would email Wesley about. Like, we don't know anything about him other than that he's like the supposed phantom. Like, hey dude, stop it.
Yeah, exactly.
Send.
Right now we have the element of surprise. You know, if we're like, hey, is this Wesso 15? Wesso 15? It's gonna give it away. But thank you for that alert.
Debsley fan. That's the ship name between Deb and Wesley?
Really? Not Webb?
That's what I was gonna say, is it's either Debsley or Webb. I know you guys can't really see this, but like,
You've been dying to write on this, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. Debsley, Webb. What else could there be?
Des, Webora.
Is it Deborah?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess that's what Deb is short for.
Webby.
Webby.
Leave another ship name.
Well, yeah, leave another
down
ship
in the
name in the
below.
comments.
I know there's another one out there.
Oh man. How I'm handling the stress of waiting for the murder tape to upload.
You look so wine, Mom.
Yeah, I also
Hey,
look
Carol.
so tan.
You do look really tan. What's going on?
This was probably one of my trips to New York where I got a spray tan.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say my trip was to Cabo.
No.
Right, you went to New York and got a spray.
Yeah, for my mans.
Oh, no, good for you.
Yeah, no, this was from when I turned 21 and back in the olden vlog days where, you know, we would just vlog, which we're trying to get back to a little bit.
Yeah.
I was surprised with alcohol in my office. It was very awkward though. And like all of a sudden just like 12 people just came into my office and were like, ah, here.
All 12 of those people have been waiting years to give you your first drink. That's a good meme template.
That's
too.
a good meme. The cheers. Another one from Debsley. We're just scrolling through the activity feed and Debsley is active.
I have a bad feeling about the doctor. When Matt was in the hospital, he seemed a bit off. Call me paranoid, but hear me out. What if when he said that he wanted to send his blood to another facility, it just happened to be a Syntech location?
What?
We know Deb had serious connections. What if she did something back in the day that made the hospital memorize all of subject 1, 2, and 3's names, and so they would always get a certain doctor? If you rewatch the video, as soon as they said their names, the two people behind them in the waiting room looked up, like they knew those names, but once they saw the camera, they put their head down to not look suspicious.
Yes, Samantha Fekete and
Woodland DeMars.
Woodland DeMars. Are you nervous?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, that's really interesting. Again, I'll just repeat that a lot of the looks that we were getting were because we brought in Quinn with this big shoulder rig. People in a waiting room probably don't want to be filmed. Just to entertain the theory, what are the odds that like there's some Syntech connection to this hospital?
You know, what are the odds of Syntech having a pillar of power in its pocket? That's already happening with the police.
A big pillar of power. I'm not following what you're saying.
They're doing business with an institution.
Yeah, I mean,
that has
that's
already happened.
very
but this
true.
is a medical facility, and Syntech is a pharmaceutical whatever.
I guess you're right. I guess there's a chance there could be some connection, which is eerie.
The doctor was weird. I'll say it.
I mean, okay, yeah, I guess only time will tell if they get back to us with like what's up with his blood and everything.
I do have a predisposition about doctors, though. They gave me bad vibes. At this point, I'm just talking personal. We can move on now. Thank
This
you for
just
your
in,
theory.
Woods is anti-doctor.
Yeah, if I'm dying, don't take me to a doctor.
We all know that Woods and Samantha went to Syntech Location 3, but I found in the evidence that the test subjects that were tested on 2 different lab locations. 5 out of 6 were tested on lab number 4, and 1 of them were tested on lab number 7. And on lab number 7, it says it's on a off-site location. So what does that mean? And this is proof that there's more locations. We have to find them before it's too late. That's a very interesting theory. When I hear lab number 4, I think of labs in a building. I don't think of like location number 4, location number 1, 2, 3. This is interesting too, like lab offsite 7. I mean, obviously they had different locations.
Location of serious adverse effect. Why do they specify a location of where the adverse effect took place?
Well, it looks like these were like documents of different types of experiments. So this to me seems like you fill it out if something went wrong.
You know, if I were reading this, I would be like, oh, location of serious adverse effect. Oh, like his arm was flaring up. Her eyes turned red or something.
Not like the actual location.
Yeah, so like, why would these locations be specific to this question, actually? That's like, why?
I just look at that as like documentation.
Then why
as,
bunch
like,
it in with adverse effect?
That's the adverse effect of the test. Like if you got injured at work and Kevin had to fill out paperwork, there would probably be a like location of incident. I just think adverse effect is like something unexpected happened.
Okay.
That's how I interpret it.
I see it. No, I can see it both ways.
But yeah,
Makes me
it's
sus.
interesting. It's interesting. Please don't post premium evidence outside of premium story sections. You guys are aware that in Project 863 Plus, you guys get access to an official evidence list, which is a big perk to thank you guys that subscribe and help support us in our journey. But yes, please keep all of that inside of the paid tier. Thanks! When someone new asks you to explain 863, let me explain. No, there's too much. Let me sum up. That's funny. I mean, I feel like this has been me trying to explain just what happens, like, to people in my life.
I mean, I often find myself in the middle of explaining them thinking it's just like a concept video. Like, they think it's just YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
I know, this
is all happening.
This is like my life now. This is what I do. My name is Inigo Montoya.
I don't tell a lot of people.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Fun fact, when I was an audio technician for Hi-Fi, it was my first position here. I was on the soundboard, always listening in, making sure everyone's mics were properly working while they were shooting. Like just randomly when Sam would get bored, I'd be sitting by my soundboard, just like in another room, and I would just hear,
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
and that's
That's
the
how Woods and
backstory
I
of that,
became
yeah.
friends.
It was a pretty boring job on my end, so
Yeah, you
thanks
just
a
had to
lot,
sit there
Sam.
and listen to it happen. If the antidote that Samantha, Woods, and Quinn took is not mixed just right, what if what we see from here on out is slightly askew because we were hit by life's blood? Like a slight mind alteration. I mean, I guess I'm not really sure what you mean by not mixed just right. I would assume that it was the antidote, but I guess there always is a chance that it wasn't perfected or something, but that was a risk that we took.
Honestly, I'm no chemist, and for us to figure out what ratio is mixed properly, we just don't
we
have
would
those
never know.
means, so
Yeah.
yeah, we had to kind of jump.
We just had to do what we thought was best in the moment, you know? We're still doing okay.
I'm feeling fine. Matt
Yeah.
seems
I mean,
good
Matt,
to go.
you know, obviously there are a lot of mental games happening, and, you know, I think we're all a little stressed for Matt, but he really does seem fine.
I think at one point Matt thought he was going to die, and that tends to affect a person.
That does tend to affect a person.
Are we going to ignore the fact that Matt might have actually died in the hospital?
He didn't.
Obviously, he was brought back, but if you listen closely to the audio after they dragged Matt out of location 3, they're clearly at a hospital and they called a code blue. A code blue is called when a patient experiences unexpected cardiac or respiratory arrest that requires resuscitation and activation of a hospital-wide alert.
Let's see what the comment says. Yeah, I heard that too, but code blue is used for any serious injuries, like head injuries as well. But it could be that he had something more serious. Yeah, he didn't die. I am curious to see what a code blue is. Blue is just adult medical emergency.
A lot of that stuff we saved. One, we really didn't have a lot of footage of it, but most importantly, a lot of that stuff we just don't want to show you guys, just because it's it's personal and it's also jarring to see that stuff.
Well, and also we can't explain all of it. We're not medical professionals. We don't know how much is necessary or not. But he was never dead, if that makes sense.
Not legally.
Legally? He was actually illegally dead. So I'm not sure if we've uncovered this, but didn't we say that it was probably Wes who owned the Mountaineer? We did. So it would be his car, and he would be the one walking out of the building to his car. Maybe he got in a heated argument and threatened someone with a gun and accidentally pulled the trigger, sending Wes down a dark mental path, causing his relationship with Deb to end and his vengeance and his passion to spark him to use the product serum. Oh, so you think that maybe Wes is the one who shot someone in his car, and then the guilt of that sent him into a downward spiral? That's
Pretty
scary.
plausible. You know, we have mentioned before that we think it more than likely it's Wesley's car, and I don't see an unrealistic factor to this at all. This is one
Very
that
much could be it.
we'll wait on and see.
Let's go into Project 863. This is our normal tier. It is free. Please come join. The link is in the description. Does anyone have an idea on who was in the Mountaineer? Okay, I'm curious to see the comments here. Bella says, nobody knows, but we assume one is Nelson Syphus. Why do we assume? I think Nelson and a subject. I'm more in the camp of I do think it's Wes's car, but I also don't know that for a fact.
We're gonna go crazy just speculating.
Who do y'all think is sitting in the waiting room in the ICU? My theory is that it's Nelson and Wes. What? I don't think that they would be sitting next to each other so kindly.
It was just a bunch of dudes.
It was just people. I don't know why they were there. I mean, maybe they had migraines or something. I don't know their life. Let's look at some memes.
Literally, my brain when I watched the tape. What? 863. Matt, excuse me. No, why did he just die? Murder. What just happened? Why was there 2003? Excuse me. What just happened? Processing. Wes Nelson dead. Should I rewatch that?
I don't know that I can answer any of these questions, but why was there light? I mean, it sounded like it was a gunshot to me.
Yeah, pretty clear it was a gunshot.
It's my assumption.
It was a good gunshot for sure. Petition for Woods to dress up like buff breaded Keebler Woods for Halloween. Have I like talked up Keebler?
I don't think so.
Why is that really well photoshopped on my back?
You're like, whoa, did that happen? Did
What's
you
going
say
on
something
here?
in a video about?
I must have.
This is so cool. I love that this is how the audience pictures Deb now, because it's true, we've only talked to her through a computer. Like, we don't know where she is or like how she is. I think it's
She
so
asked
cool.
for it. Yeah, I think it's cool too.
Wood's trying to imagine Deb as anyone but Natalie Portman. Do you still picture Deb as Natalie Portman?
Off and on. It goes between Natalie Portman and the computer face. Sometimes it's the computer face with a picture of Natalie Portman.
Can't wait to see those memes. OMG, Tanner's mom is Deb. Yes, Tanner's mom's name is Deb, but it's not Deb.
No, it's not Deb.
That we know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
She lives in Vegas.
That doesn't really matter.
No,
Like,
no, it does not. She's like a real estate agent, I think.
that doesn't matter either.
No, it
Deb
doesn't.
could have a day job.
You're right.
You're right, it could be Tanner's mom. Let's go over to Reddit, see what they're up to. Whoa!
Bro.
What on earth?
This is epic.
This is amazing.
Matt looks like Ryan Reynolds, bro.
He does. Oh, those spindly little hands. I want this as a poster.
This is bomb.
Do you sell prints? X Kooky 3.
Good job.
This has me geeked. I want this like in my house.
I can tell how long it took. Like, it was
Yeah, that's
really well done.
Oh, that's creepy. Again, it's real. This isn't in a dream state, but that's eerie.
I don't like that.
I don't either.
I mean, it's a really good illustration.
What?
Yeah, this is super tight.
What?
This is super tight.
Lauren,
That's
so
really
cool.
awesome.
Reddit is popping off.
Yeah.
Guys, please remember to post these things over on Spellbound so we can like make sure we see it. But that is amazing. I want to do that for Halloween.
Yeah, I like that a
Like,
lot.
beautiful job. And it's like that side's burnt too.
Yeah, I'd
Like,
love
that's
to
like
see
the
more
clean
pictures
side.
of it.
I know, I want more, but that's amazing. That's truly amazing. What were you doing? You were probably like, let's just go.
Oh yeah, we were trying to break out. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
And you're like, okay,
Let's do it.
Let's go. I mean, it's not like we got in trouble necessarily.
No, you're allowed to leave a hospital whenever you want.
Yeah.
Like, this hospital just wanted to keep Matt around so they could test on him.
Well, which I don't blame them for. I mean, this is such a unique situation. But like, he couldn't just stay there.
No, like, we're not there for the doctors. They could hit Matt up later. Although, however, they still do have Matt's blood. So, like, that's...
I mean, maybe they have
they've
what
got
they need
it,
though.
yeah.
This is very sick.
Yeah, this is like a
10 out of 10.
graffiti style.
Very, very cool.
This is pretty relevant today, actually. Like, if I saw this on some, like, city building wall,
Oh yeah.
it'd be like,
whoa.
oh yeah, it'd
Art.
be like for the, vaccine, you know?
Yeah. All of your art is so amazing, and I love how everyone has their own unique style.
Captures like a vibe,
Yeah, it's just
like a
so
distressed vibe.
so cool. I feel like I'm exasperated by talent.
I want this to be like displayed and like we should do like a fan art like
We need
museum
to.
walkthrough.
We've seen so much fan art that we're like, oh, we need to buy prints of this, and we have.
Yeah.
But we just haven't hung it up or anything.
Yeah, and I hate that because
I know,
like,
we
it should
need
be
to do it.
appreciated.
Well, folks, thank you so much for all of your theories and the memes and the fan art. I mean, you guys are so talented. And we have a lot to think about with some of your theories about the murder tape, about the hospital. There's a lot to ponder. So thank you for all of your suggestions. If you're not signed up on Spellbound Plus already, the link is down in the description. And thanks again for watching. We will see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
If for some reason you missed the main episode, click here. If you'd like to see some of the behind the scenes, check out Behind 863 here. You're not going to want to miss this one.